विचारमंचावर आजच्या कार्यक्रमाच्या अध्यक्षा जनवादी महिला समितीच्या अध्यक्षा किरण मोघेताई, मासुदी कम्युनिस्ट पक्षाचे पुणे जिल्हा कमिटी सचिव गणेश जराडे, त्या ठिकाणी उपस्थित असलेले जनआरोग्य मंच सचिव डॉक्टर सुधीर दैठणकर, आजचे जे सूत्रसंचालक आपले आहेत आणि बराचसा या सिंहाचा वाटा या याच्यामध्ये ऑर्गनायझिंग करताना उचललेला आहे, ते डॉक्टर ज्ञानेश्वर मोठे आणि इथे उपस्थित असलेले सर्व खरं म्हणजे आजच्या ह्या आपल्यासमोर अनेक आरोग्य क्षेत्रात ते उच्च अधिकारी आहेत, त्यानंतर ॲक्टिव्हिस्ट आहेत, मेडिकल कॉलेजचे काही स्टुडंट्स पण आहेत आणि तसेच जनवादी चळवळीतील कार्यकर्ते आहेत, अंगणवाडीच्या कार्यकर्त्या आहेत. तर या सगळ्यांचं या ठिकाणी मी स्वागत करतो. म्हणजे नोव्हेल कोरोना पॅन्डेमिक have taught us by giving a historical lesson by taking lives of 65 lakhs worldwide, human lives, and in India they have taken 5.28 human lives. So this pandemic really it's exposed our deteriorating health system. By recognizing the importance of public health and its roots, on 26 November 1949, the architecture of Constitution of India, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, he has mentioned in the Constitution, in the Part 4, it's a directive principle, Article 47, that the duty of state is to raise the level of nutrition, living as standard, and improving public health. It's a prime duty of the state. But now, since we are seeing that this prime duty is sidelined by seeing the last, particularly the last 10 years policy of the government of India. Now, Martin Luther King has rightly said, of all inequalities, injustice in healthcare is a tremendous having impact on it is solely and a very infamous and shocking impact, and which often lead to the death, which are witnessed in the pandemic. This is the quote of Martin Luther King Jr. Now, in 2010, a group of 20 to 25 doctors who have some background of have some taken part in the college life, in the movement, student movement. These doctors gathered, who have also having the witnessed and experienced 10 last 20 years impact of the neoliberal policy, and that neoliberal policy, free market capitalism, deregulation, and reduction in the government healthcare spending. Now, due to that, we find the healthcare system which weaken and weaken. On that background, when there is a problem of the healthcare system and the life of public, so in keeping the view of this public healthcare and to have influence on the policies and to set the example by doing some constructive work and taken the struggle on the street, a group of these doctors gathered together and formed the Jan Arogya Manch, People's Health Forum, which is also a part of the national level People's Health Forum in the health movement. Now, we have also taken the issues of adequacy. We also organized more than 50 health camps in tribal area, in slums, in the cities, and also we have set a good example of by establishing a health center. We have given the name of our beloved doctor who was our colleague in this health movement, Dr. Shekhar Bendre, to this center, and this is in the tribal area, 100 kilometers from Pune, tribal, where it's a remote tribal area where you can't have your phone range also, any phone range. In there we established that we are since 2017 we are given weekly free medicine and healthcare services. Also, one of the organizations we have donated ambulance there, and with the help of this is of course with the help of Kisan Sabha members who are constantly taking the responsibility, shouldering this health center, and with the with this our Jan Arogya Manch, we are conducting the weekly camp, and this camp the doctors who are visiting, they are visiting their own expenses. They are not any funded. We are running this on our own contribution. We are also participated in the cycle rally against the sex determination and the female feticide rally. Then also we are also taken the issue of doctors in Pune. The municipal corporation hiked exorbitant fee of the biomedical waste and irregularities in the biomedical waste. We have taken this issue with the other doctors organization, and we have taken a struggle on the street, and also we are able to success from this to reduce this biomedical waste hike by the municipal commissioner. Also, we have done the sting operation by exposing the bogus doctors in the city, particularly Dr. Shekhar Bendre have played a very important role then. And with the commissioner, we have all the committee members, we have shown this live bogus doctors who is treating the patients, and then the decision was taken by the municipal corporation commissioner. We also we are organized a state level seminar by doctors for the doctors of various pathies, crossing the various pathies, and we united these doctors on one platform that for the public health. So for issue of public health, we have done that the title of that seminar was भेदाभेद पॅथीचा प्रश्न आरोग्य कशा जनतेच्या आरोग्याचा. We have participated in many irregularities and also privatization of the health services, particularly Aund Hospital in Aund. Also, we have had irregularities in the health hospitals. So there is hospitals in the municipal corporation, in the Pune corporation. We are given representative. Also, we have struggled against the irregularities and issue of the contractual employees in mental hospital. So various issues we have taken, and we also participated in the various people's movements with the EDVA and All India Democratic Women's Association and Kisan Sabha also. When the call is given by the nation, we also participated in that. Then I would have to say that the healthcare is a vital to all of us at some time, but public health is vital to all of us all the time. So that is very important. Public health is a very necessary. And lastly, I will quote Dr. Peter Cott, who is the director of London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, that he rightly said that the weak links in the health system are deadly fuel to pandemic. So in weeks, there is a weak link in the health system. These are the fuel for the pandemic, and the universal health care or universal health coverage fills the gap and strengthen our defense. So why we take this opportunity, presence of our ex-health minister and our leader K.K. Shailaja, who was the rock star of the health minister, and who has appreciated and called the United Nations to give a talk then, and also CU European Society Open University also given the prize in 2021. So United Nations have taken cognizance and appreciated her work in that COVID pandemic, and she day night when one of her madam, your officer, I just have talked to him that madam at any time she is available in the pandemic, at many time, at the hours of the at night also. She took the call and she daily morning review, she take the review of health system and give the directions. So that is all I needed, a determination and dedication, commitment towards the system. So we take this opportunity and we are called here with you, our beloved our madam K.K. Shailaja here to have a talk in this seminar, and we have guide us regarding this healthcare delivery system, universal healthcare, which is a step for in our system with the experience or learning lessons from the COVID pandemic. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm so happy to be with this health community. I think modern medical doctors and also indigenous doctors and some ASHA workers and other health workers, not only them but some volunteers who worked hard in the health sector of the left party and DYFA etc. Are participating in this conference. I'm so happy to see you all. And I am very happy to see my beloved comrade Kiran Moge. For a long time we didn't met and I didn't expect Kiran here, but I'm too happy to be with her for some moments. Comrades, everyone is asking what is this Kerala model? Yes. There is some difference with other states in the Human Development Index, social welfare measures, and the living condition of the poor people in Kerala. We had achieved a lot, but there are so many problems. We are celebrating the 75th anniversary of our country now. Independence, after independence, 75 years passed away. What happened to our country? That is the most important question. To have a comparison with other states in our country, then Kerala became a model. But we have so many things to be achieved now also. But what is the fate of our country? 1950 onwards, we have a very good constitution written by under the leadership of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Bhimrao Ambedkar. I'm happy that you presented a book about Ambedkar to me and also a poem of Jyotiba Phule. Savitri Phule. I am very happy and I express my thanks for that. Then, after independence, what happened to India? In the preamble of our constitution, it is written that India will be or India is a democratic, secular, socialist, sovereign republic. What is the meaning of all these words? What is meant by democracy? Everyone know about that. Democracy doesn't mean the accommodation of Tom or Harry to the office. It means perfect equality in opportunity. The Greek philosophers said like that. Even that time. Democracy means perfect equality in opportunity. We also know that democracy means perfect equality in opportunity. Is it true for India now? What is the fate of the remote villages in northern states? And even in Maharashtra, I think the village life, it is very difficult and pitiful. And after the long years of independence, we cannot achieve the democracy. Governments are coming and going in India, but we are not free totally. And to achieve that democracy, we have to improve the life condition of the poor people throughout India, each and every people. They should have to get the opportunities to the scientific or comfortable birth. In the remote villages, what is the fate of the poor ladies? while they are giving birth of children. Infant mortality rate, that is too high in India in some villages. And WHO is trying to decrease it. They gave a call, and also UN declaration also states that when we go to 2030, we should reduce the infant mortality rate throughout the world to 34,000 live births. In Kerala, we can reduce it more. When I became minister, health minister, that is in 2016, in Kerala, infant mortality rate was at that time 12 out of 1,000 live birth. That is the lowest in India, We tried our best, and we take an oath that we will reduce it to single digit when we become 2020. And we had formed a team especially for that, a special team. And we built the labor rooms as proper, hospital infection control, and also the pregnant woman, we visited the home, our volunteers and ASHA workers and Anganwadi workers, and they had done a good job. And when we examined in 2020, we are very lucky that, we are very happy that infant mortality rate reduced to 5.4 out of 1,000 like that. Niti Aayog find out it, and they give award to us. And if we worked hard with intention, we can do something. And that is not happening in other part of our country, in the remote villages. Why? That is the question. That is the Kerala model. Not only this thing, there are so many first places for health and education and life condition in India. Our life expectancy in Kerala is 76 years, That is very near to the developed countries. 77, in America, in USA, it was 78 years, and I think it reduced it to 76 or 7 nowadays. And Kerala is going up. Ours is 76 years. And how can we develop this kind of situation? That is the question. I can say that because of left ideology and our decentralized planning, people-friendly planning, that is the difference in Kerala. 1957, there was an election. Linguistic states were formed in 1956, and election was conducted. And in Kerala, a Communist Party came in power through ballot paper. That was a revolutionary thing. E.M. Shankaran Namboodiripad, he was the first Chief Minister of Kerala. Before that, we were struggling with the independence struggle and also struggled against the landlords in Kerala. Throughout India, that was the condition. Feudalism was there. And we were fighting under the leadership of Communist Party leaders and ideology. In Kerala, we were fighting against the landlords there. That was a difficult situation at that time, 20s, 30s and 40s. Landlordism is there, tenants were there. And it is a pitiful condition that the caste system is there. And I think women suffered a lot because they can't wear the cloth in the upper body or that kind of thing is there. And even if there are some bad customs, I think this August Bebel in his book written by August Bebel, who lived in the time of Karl Marx, I wrote a book, Women in the Past, Present and Future. In that book, he pointed out that there is a place called Malabar in India. Kerala was not formed at that time. And the system is more severe than the slavery in Greece. And if a young lady got married, she can't go to her husband's house, but she had to go to the landlord's house. Virginity breaking, that is the right of a landlord. That was the custom there. We fought against that. Organizations were formed. In 1930s, inside the Congress, as you all know, Congress Socialist Party. Congress Socialist Party unit were formed inside Communist Party. Congress, International Congress. And when it became nearly 40s, 1939, the Communist Party, we declared the open function of Communist Party in Kerala. And throughout India, here and there, communist groups were formed according to the ideology of Karl Marx and Engels, Lenin, Russian Revolution, everything was there. I am not elaborating everything. From this, the human beings got some hopes that Marx said, workers of all the universe unite. You had nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose, but get something if you unite. And that was a very inspiring thing. And in Kerala also, we united at that time. Kerala people formed several Communist Party units there and fight hard against the landlordism. And when we became independent, most of our leaders, AKG and other leaders, were in jail. And the Congress government didn't release them after the independence. Congress government also treated Communist Party workers as previously, no difference. That is the difficult thing we faced in India. Who is the who have the right of the independence struggle, and for whom we got the independence? That was the great question, And we faced a different thing after independence. But again, we continued our fight against the landlordism in Kerala, and also to correct these ruling peoples, etc. And shortly, when the linguistic states were formed, we got power in Kerala. Before that, we were struggling hard to stay the eviction, to stop the eviction from the land. Landlords will evict the poor tenants from the land, and they had no land, no piece of land is their own. But in 1957, when we got a government, left government at once, before 20 days, we passed an ordinance. CMS government passed an ordinance, that is the eviction stay ordinance. At that time onwards, they can stay on their leg and head held high, as Devendranath Tagore thought at that time, where the head is held above, where knowledge is free, where the narrow barriers didn't separate us into that heaven of freedom. God or Lord, let my country awake. Same way, the poor people, they got some dignity and they have some identity after that ordinance. And after that, we passed several laws like that in Kerala legislature. That the central government dismissed that communist government after 2.5 years. And again, eviction started. Again, our struggle started. That was the fate in Kerala. 1967, we again came in power. And at that time, we started the land reforms. And after the land reforms, all the Keralites got a piece of land. We find out the surplus land and distributed it to poor people, 1 acre, 10 cents, 50 cents, accordingly. And after that, all the Keralites got ownership of the land. They become landowners. No one will evict them. And the first government itself started some new inspiring legislation in that assembly. That Mundasheri Master, the education minister, he passed an education act. In that, we decided that in each and every village we will open a government school, and the children of the poor peasants also take her children to the school, and we will give education free of cost, And health sector, the first health minister in Kerala was Dr. A.R. Menon, a very eminent person. He started the public health system also. We didn't stop that after 5 years or 6 years. Continuously we were improving that thing, the health and education system. And when I came to office in 2016, there were primary health centers all over Kerala. In each and every panchayat, we have some primary health center. And also sub-centers for 5,000 population. It is written in Central Act also. There should be sub-centers for 5,000 population. But it is not come into action, or it is not come into practice in our remote villages in India. But there, Kerala, it is there. And we have to address the contemporary issue. There are so many good things. I am not, my speech will become elaborated. Several things are there that our Kudumbasri Kiran know that when some private banks try to organize the poor ladies, a self-help group, and siphon all the money from the village to their bank, and they are cheating the poor women. They are not refunding that money to the poor villagers. At that time, we decided to have some self-help group of our own, Kudumbasri, 20 women, a group, and it is under Kerala government. Government support is there. In each and every budget, we are declaring some fund to Kudumbasri, and they are collecting money. There is a permanent system under the local self-government, and that way we organize. That is the socialist mode of organization. We are going to socialism, but it is far away. We have to achieve that, our aim. It is written in our constitution also, a socialist country. And what is meant by socialism? Everyone should have an opportunity to work for his country, his place, and everyone should have the right to live decently, to get back according to their work. That is the socialism. And we are not, our ultimate aim is that, but we have to move in that direction. Whenever we got power in state, we should have to try a different thing, to show a difference. We cannot achieve all of a sudden everything, because it is a federal system. Ours is only state, and there are some restrictions. Especially, you see, central government is investing only 1% of GDP to the health sector. It was 2% previously, but now it is decreased to 1%. What can we do with that 1% for the poor people, to get them healthy? Without making the poor people mentally and physically healthy, how can our country flourish? Gross domestic product is going, GDP is going down. What does it mean? The poor people without health, how can they contribute to their country? First of all, we should have to focus on the health of the people, all citizens. If the government is very pro to the poor people or the all citizen, they will think like that. 1%, it is too less, The other countries are investing more than 10%, at least 5 or 6%. We are dreaming about that. With this meager amount, we cannot do anything, any magic in health sector. But in Kerala, we started the decentralized planning. Before the enactment of the 73rd and 74th, this constitution amendment, Panchayati Raj Nagarapalika Act, before that, Kerala tried to decentralize our right or power and money. Whatever we got, we tried to decentralize it to villages, to the poor, Panchayat, etc., through Jilla Council Act. We started it. And the people's planning, that also Kiran and comrades know about that. Thomas Isaac and other eminent comrades, their lead for this people-centered planning, people's planning. And with the help of the people, we were adding. We have little money. Kerala is not a financially fit state, Our revenue income is too less. That is why the international media and others are asking, what is this magic? Your state is a poor state, but your human development index is too high. What are you doing there, everyone? In that pandemic period, I also became a focus because I was the health minister there. Then they started asking me, what are you doing there? What is the magic of Kerala? What is the model of Kerala? I said all of them, it is not a magic. We are also under some challenges. We didn't achieve everything we want, but we are definitely making some difference to improve the condition of the people. And that is why, because of the decentralized planning, people-centered planning, we achieved a lot. That helped Kerala during this pandemic also. And when the Nipah virus come, I didn't even heard about that virus even before, because we are not searching everything. We are always doing the women's issue and the workers issue, etc. I'm a teacher, only a high school teacher, only a degree holder. But luck, because of my luck, I become a science teacher, My graduation is in chemistry, and physics and maths is its subsidiary. I love physics very much. Even though I was a chemistry teacher, I used to teach this physics in my school. I very much liked it. When some issues, some kinds of publications at that time from Russia, so many publications came to us, Sputnik, etc. Very good publication. And I used to read each and every article in that Sputnik because it shows how the science is developing, And because of the love for science, we all have, communists have some enthusiasm. Marxism is science, And we have some enthusiasm because I told all the medias, even the Guardian and other who interviewed me, how you got this courage. I said, I am a communist. And also, I am a science teacher. I believe in science. That is why I got this courage. When we identify that in a family, 4 people got some kind of fever, it was very severe cough and the encephalitis and all the symptoms of the severe flu. And Minister T.P. Ramakrishnan at that time, he was minister there, our state secretariat member. He called me, teacher, please come here, something peculiar is happening. 1 died out of the 4 and 3 are struggling and they will succumb to death. And at once I go that district and that hospital and asked them to send the samples. Before that young doctor sent the samples to Mangalapuram lab, and I asked them to send one sample to Pune lab also, because here is our virology lab in Pune, National Virology Lab. Now we have one branch in Alapi, National Virology. Now we are testing this kind of thing in Alapi lab also. But at that time, 2018, we have to send this to get an approval. Then only we should have to declare that it is this virus. And Pune lab declared that it is Nipah virus. Then I searched in the Google and I find out the literature and I astonished that it is a killer virus. Doctors are here, mortality rate is too high. And it is a zoonosis, Zoonosis are coming because of some difficulties occurring in the environment and also these natural things, calamities and other things. Sometimes the carriers of this kind of virus become excited or disturbed. They spit the virus outside. And from that, the human being become contaminated or infected with the virus, that is. And bats are the carrier. It is proved that a kind of fruit-eating bats are the carrier of this Nipah virus. What shall we do at that time? And I called a meeting urgently at that time before identifying. It is a peculiar thing. When you understand it is a peculiar thing, I called a meeting of the district medical officers and taluk level medical superintendents and other eminent personality in medical field. And I called my director of health service to Kozhikode, and we two stayed there, and a control room was opened in the guest house and we started our work. First of all, I think, what is your plan? They said. I asked the doctors, and I told them that we should have to contain this thing at that place. I have no other experience, but the previous thing, I think that I thought at that time we should not have to allow the virus to travel outside. That is the most important. At that time, no previous experience, but this from this time when I am thinking about that, I'm sure it was right decision. All the people started to go out of the village, fearing that in the air the virus will come through the air to them from that house, the affected people's house. I directly went to that village. They didn't allow the my officers, the doctors. No, you can't go. If you fell down first, how can we conduct the war? They are asking me. I said, no. We have to convince the villagers. If only I or the elected people go there, then they will believe. And I and T.P. Ramakrishna minister went in that village and asked the people to stay where they were, and we will help you. We will not abandon you. The containment closing means we put all the villagers in home quarantine for 28 days. Because 14 days is the incubation period, but for safety, we calculate the double of the incubation period to watch them. Otherwise, it will go outside. And people obeyed, and our volunteers, DYFI and all other party youths are also cooperated with us. And with that, volunteers and ASHA workers, I cannot but say how we can thank that ASHA workers. They worked hard. They go to each and every house, examining whether you want any rice or any other things, any eatables, everything, medicine, everything. And I am not explaining everything. That become a great victory, Only 16 people died, 18 people affected, but 16 died. And from them, we didn't allow the virus to jump to other human being, other body. And at that time, I didn't even think that after this day, someone will call us and congratulate us. We cannot think like that. But after that, when we were invited, Chief Minister and I were invited in Baltimore Virology Institute in USA, we had a talk with some eminent scientists there. A restricted one inside the lab. They will not allow a huge mob or like that. 15 or 16 scientists were there. They asked us, how is it possible to contain this cruel virus, spreading virus, in a short span of time, in a short place? How is it possible? I don't know. We worked hard and it became a success. That is the only thing. But that gave us great enthusiasm, I thought we can do anything. Infectious disease. Let it come. We will fight against it. And the second incident, this Nipah, so many activities were there. There are 2 devastating floods in our state, 2018 and 19. When the flood water go away, receded, everyone said, then it is your department's work to do. That definitely the leptospirosis will come, cholera will come, other thing will come. I was frightened, At that time itself, we worked hard. We collected 1 crore of this vaccine, this tablet for doxycycline tablet to distribute throughout the people who were in contact with mud and water, And we stopped that. Once after the flood, the Central Minister J.P. Nadda came there and he appreciated us in front of the media. He said everyone started this thing, prevention, after death of so many people. But Kerala's prophylaxis, they started earlier. And I appreciate he said like that. But we don't know, there is a good team, there was, and there is now also very good team for that. And only this COVID also I want to say some words. And then when I happened to read in newspapers that a peculiar virus is spreading in Wuhan, China, that is from the family of coronavirus, SARS, MERS, etc. This SARS coronavirus and MERS virus, Middle East respiratory syndrome, severe respiratory syndrome like that. At once, I have some feeling that I heard this Wuhan. Yes, I was familiar with this Wuhan. How? I thought, yes, some Malayali students are studying in Wuhan Medical College, that university. And someone came to me before for some registration and internship, etc. And at once I called my health secretary Rajan. Rajan cooperated. He is Maharashtrian, from Maharashtra. Yes, he's a Maharashtra cadre, a very good man, hard working. Rajan cooperated. Yes, sincere. Okay. I said, Rajan, a virus is there and it will come directly. It will take a flight and come to Kerala. Rajan, you are right, madam. I also find the news and we should have some preparations here. Holiday is starting in Wuhan and they will come. And we opened our control room at once. No one was there from Wuhan at that time, but we started a control room. We formed 18 expert groups for everything. One is for this logistic collection, other is for collection of medicine, one is for quarantine, etc. We started and we started giving training. Someone ridiculed us, laughed at us. What are you doing? You are overreacting. No, it will not come. If it comes, at that time we can do everything. But it is not like that. Our pre-preparedness helped Kerala very much, I know that. And we give training in the district level also, and we arranged our team to screen the people who were coming from outside in the airport. And they screened. Someone said that you are giving a gun to your workers and they are pointing the gun to us, that infrared thermometer to measure the temperature. Yes, you can say that, but it is our burden, If it becomes worst, everyone will criticize us, no one else, And we started, we got the 3 cases from the start itself. The students returned from Wuhan University and we isolated them, and from them no other person got the virus. It was a success, Amidst that time, central government declared this lockdown, etc. It was a CEC time, and we started and we waited. Any others are coming from other countries. From Italy, some people came. One, we cannot identify one passenger. He go out without testing, and from him a large number of people got it. At once we rushed there and make all the contact list out of them. They were not willing to say. I'm not explaining. It is an interesting story, but they were not willing. But we find out the contact list. Some doctors, young doctors, we are calling them CID. They were going to the villages directly and collecting everything and making the contact list, We use the artificial intelligence and also IT, etc. for collecting these things. It was a very interesting thing now, but at that time it is heartbreaking thing, We were so difficulty we faced at that time. And at that way, we contained this, controlled this. When the lockdown was lifted May 3rd, there was a huge rush from all over the world and all other states to Kerala, and we have some clusters and we put cluster management strategy, and I was there up to 2021 January, 2020 December, February election declared. Up to that time, we have a good control over this virus. When we conducted a sero-surveillance study in 2020, September, November, only 11% of the Keralites got this virus. All the others were susceptible. That is why in assembly, the opposition leader said, "Teacher, what are you doing? Mitigation method is proper, You are applying containment method. This is an infectious virus. And you cannot use." I said, there was no vaccine at that time. I told him that there is no vaccine, there is no medicine. We cannot allow people to die, In Kerala, we have some challenges, some demographic challenges and some epidemiological challenges. Demographic challenges is the population density, thickly populated state. And also old age population. In one part it is a positive thing, but in front of an infectious disease, it is a challenge. How to protect these above 60 people from this dangerous virus? That is the question. And some epidemiological things are also there. And most of the Keralites have these lifestyle diseases. They got these diseases, sugar, this diabetic and hypertension, cancer, kidney troubles, etc. because of their lifestyle. Now we have something to eat and we are eating in unscientific way. That is why previously we have nothing to eat and now the situation changed. And we have to address this challenge. So we applied a three-pronged thing, three strategies. We have a very good protocol and also standard operating procedures. At first, the central government, central health secretary and central ministry asked our protocol, what protocol is yours, and we have to send it to other states, etc. The state ministers also called me. So many ministers, what are you doing there? They were asking. Here, Honorable Rajesh Thope, he used to call me. And once he said, I don't want a telephone call, I want to have a video conference with you. Please attend. And we have only for 15 minutes he asked, but we talked more than 45 minutes, He asked, we have Dharavi, it's called Dharavi. What is your opinion? What is your advice? I said there is no slums like Dharavi in Kerala, but we have some colonies in Ernakulam and Trivandrum districts. The headquarters, we have some poor people's colony there. I said if the virus go to there, we will close that cluster, and give everything to the same thing we do. We did in Nipah case. I told him like that. He said, oh yes, we also experiment with that thing. And they did it, in Dharavi, a very good work under the leadership of some IFS officer or like that. It is very good. And I have to stop somewhere, so I am not explaining. But 2020, the result, it is fantastic, we give vaccination to the whole. At first, there is some difficulty to get the vaccine also. Yes, we want to give vaccine to all. But Central Health Ministry is saying you can't take all the vaccine. We applied to the Serum Institute to get 1.5 crores vaccine. Our CM is ready to give the money to us, Health Ministry. Yes, then from Health Ministry, there was a call at that time. You can't buy all this vaccine, only 5 lakhs we will give to you. 5 lakhs for what? We struggled hard to get the vaccine. And when I called directly to Health Secretary, Preeti Sudan Madam, and after this Rajesh Bhushan, I called them directly. They said, if we give the vaccine in bulk to other states, they will waste it. And wastage of vaccine, that is an important thing. The vaccine is too short and we cannot waste it. But I said, we are ready. Our team is ready. We give training to all the Taluk hospital workers, doctors, nurses, etc. to give the vaccine. They were ready. Even in primary health center, we were ready. And when they distributed vaccine, they appreciated Kerala again that a single dose was wasted in Kerala. Because of the training and the arrangement of the proper team, we didn't waste vaccine. Anyway, we vaccinated the whole population. Whenever we got the vaccine, at once we gave the vaccine. And when we examine the death, the ultimate aim, what is the ultimate aim in front of an enemy like this? We think that it is to save the lives of the people. Ultimate aim is that. How much life we can save at how cost, it is the question. 2020 December, an excess death analysis was done. Not alone, we had done one, and also some central agencies also done. In worldwide, the excess death analysis was done. which is a fantastic result that in Kerala 2020, the total death, the all-cause death was less than 2019. 29,000 deaths was lower. It is lower by 29 deaths in Kerala. Someone said accident death is low because no one is outside at that time. And I also examined with my secretary what about accident death. 4,000 accident death was low comparing to 2019. Then this 24,000 death, 24,000 death is 25,000 death, that is low. That 8% lower, 8% decrease in total death. In Kerala, you all know the death registration is 100%. We are taking this number from the registration department, not from the health department. And it is 100% registration. In Bihar, it is 31% death registration, you know. Only 31% of the death is registered, and also the birth also is not registering properly in northern states. In Kerala, both the registrations are in proper way, and that was a very good result. Next below us are the New Zealand. New Zealand 7% lower death. That is why the world media turned their attention to Kerala. What are you doing there? They were asking. But after the assembly election, the situation changed a bit. Assembly election, everyone gathered. We tried to have without any gathering, but the system is like that. We cannot conduct election like that. All should have to come in one place and shout slogans to have the victory of their beloved candidates. I was a candidate, and Chief Minister was candidate, and the ruling and all the thing was in the hands of bureaucrats only. We are not criticizing them because most of them have to concentrate on election work. And what shall we do? We also declared some social welfare measures. Our Chief Minister, Pinarayi Vijayan, he was the first to declare some package for the COVID-affected families. 20,000 crore was help to the poor people, supplying food kits to each and every family, opening the community kitchen and preparing food and distributing to the COVID-affected families. For 80 lakhs families, we distributed cooked meals 3 times, morning, noon and evening. That was the work we had conducted. There are so many things, the voluntary work of the comrades and also the old people, not only comrades but other party workers also helped in grassroots level. And the important thing, we decided to keep the potential of the virus under the health system capacity threshold. Amidst the way we were increasing everything, increasing the bed strength in our district hospital, taluk hospitals and medical college, increasing the ICU unit. Wherever we get, we purchased ICU and ventilators, all the equipments, oxygen cylinders. We increased our oxygen production also in Kanchikode, Palakkad district. We have an oxygen plant. It is sufficient for ordinary thing, but when we want more oxygen, when we have to use more oxygen, we anticipated we should face some oxygen scarcity. At once we called a meeting and started more production from there. Now we become surplus in oxygen production. Yes, comrades, this is the mode of our work. Not only health department, but all the revenue department, police department were going to find out whether anyone is jumping from quarantine to take them custody. And each and every houses they were going, and each and everyone participated like a machine, oiled machine. They were working hard to tackle this problem. I thought to speak little bit, but when I am speaking about these activities, it become long. Sorry, comrades, but in this way we tackled the now also. If the infection and the mortality increased a bit, but now also the mortality rate is below average, below 1% in Kerala. And we can save a large number of thousands of people who may die due to this virus. They were saved. And our second strategy is, first is to make the health system capacity high by making it some improvement. Everyone helped us. The M.A. Yusuf Ali, the renowned you know about M.A. Yusuf Ali, who is an industrialist, renowned industrialist in the world, crores. He is handling crores and crores worth industries throughout the world. He helped. He helped us to develop one of his godown. It is a very good building. He gave his materials, this cloth, etc. Huge hall, and he converted it to a COVID second line treatment center. Its expenditure was about 2 crore rupees. He spent 2 crore rupees to finish it as a COVID second line treatment center and hand over it to me. Only one example. There are so many examples. All of the Kerala people participate in it, and it was a victory of actual model work. The second strategy, that was to prevent the virus from going to human being. We started a campaign called Break the Chain. Use gloves, mask, and also sanitizers. That is the SMS campaign. Soap or sanitizer, mask, and social distance. SMS campaign. Everyone, Anganwadi workers, Asha workers, everyone carry the flag of this campaign, you know. And we taught the people this is the condition. And the last, to protect the most vulnerable from this virus. And we declared reverse quarantine for above 60. In some countries, they were declaring that above 60, you should not give medicine. Let them die. Then only we can protect below 60. Young people, medicine shortage, everything is short, and we should have to give to the younger people. Let them die above 60. The most heartbreaking thing. But in Kerala, we decided above 60 should be protected more than anything. And we saved these people from death. That way we are working, comrade. Money is very low, money is very little, but because of the team formation and collective activity of the people and the intention and the left ideology and the love for people, we were working hard to achieve this result. That is the situation in Kerala. Not only this, several other activities started the last tenure. When I was minister, we started total trauma care activity, and we are converting the emergency medical care unit according to the new era, technologically fit. And cancer strategic action plan, we are screening all the Keralites for cancer. Some of the cancer we can identify earlier, the cervical cancer or oral or the breast cancer we can identify earlier. We are trying to do that. And antimicrobial resistant policy is also there. We collected tons of unused antibiotics and expired antibiotics, and we sent it to, I think it is in Bangalore somewhere. There was a factory to destroy this thing, you know, and we sent it there, you know. We were doing a large number of, or lot of work, not only this infectious disease, but also to improve the health condition. That is why we can reduce IMR, and MMR also reduced to 30, you know. It was 67 in 2016, and the UN declared that it should be decreased to below 60, but below 70. After 2030, we should have to decrease it to 70 out of 1 lakh birth, you know. But we reduced it to 43 when 2020. Wow. Yeah, and now it is become 30. It is not declared. 43 already declared, and I got an award from Central Ministry for that also. I went there and got a certificate for, not for me, but for the health department. We got several awards and several recognitions. It is not for me, I am only a poor woman, but my team, it is a fantastic team. And like a family relationship, my secretary, my health officers, district medical officers, and the NHM officer. There are so many youths in National Health Mission in district level, and always, always they are saying that is teachers' army, the young boys, doctors who work hard, and indigenous medicine also we utilized to Ayurveda. There were several schemes in Ayurveda for the prevention of corona to get immunity. We used Ayurveda medicine. We are now starting an international Ayurveda research center in Kerala, in Kannur district. We acquired 300 acres of land and we started the work. The first phase we got some money, 67 crores. It is 300 crores of project, and we start like that. International Ayush Conclave also we conducted, and so many things in Ayurveda, yoga also. In each primary health center, we are converting it to family health centers. And I studied about the national health system in UK, very good buildings, etc. But there are some demerits. No one can go to the upper hospital without the permission of the NHS, this lower primary hospital. That cannot be applicable in a state like Kerala, thickly populated state like Kerala. But I took that nurses pre-checkup and other things from the NHS, and also Cuban family medical system. But we have the scarcity, not scarcity now, sufficient doctors are there, but in Cuba there are more doctors, and our human resource is not in par with Cuba. But we inculcate both these things and made a master plan for the family health center. It should be a clean campus and beautiful thing. There should be a very good garden out of the primary health center. When we enter to the hospital, there should be a very good reception like a 5-star hospital, a hotel. I am not saying merely, but it happened. Out of the 846 primary health centers, 400 of them we converted in the last tenure, If you examine some of them, very good mansions, 2 crores or 3 crores rupees we spend. We didn't get from the government totally, local self-government, MLA fund, MP fund, and the rich people around the hospital. We asked them to contribute. Someone is making some gardens in front of the hospital in memory of their father or relatives, and someone is furnishing a doctor's room, and we will put the name slip in that room, donated by this one for the memory of beloved mother, like that. And we got people's participation, and it become a fantastic thing. We can't believe when we enter. Some young doctors are very good doctors. The architectural point of view, I don't know what they are making in their hospitals. We are astonishing looking that hospital. It is not completed, comrades. The work is going on. The COVID makes some delay for some work, but it is going on. I should have to stop here, otherwise I will speak and speak. We should have to go. Comrade, sorry for giving this elaborate speech. I think questions that also I can answer for a short time. Yes. Kiran? Yes, doctors. That is the Kerala model. How we can do with people's participation and intention. It is the matter of intention. If you are thinking about the poor people and to rescue them or protect them, if there is a will, there is a way. Definitely.
आजच्या आपल्या ह्या जनआरोग्य मंचाच्या वतीने आयोजित केलेल्या कॉम्रेड के शैलजा टीचर यांच्या व्याख्यानासाठी आपण सर्वांनी इतका भरघोस प्रतिसाद दिलेला आहे, आणि त्यांनी खरं इतक्या सोप्या सरळ भाषेमध्ये त्यांची सगळी मांडणी केली. त्यामुळे मला असं वाटतं की काही फार मोठा अध्यक्ष समारोप वगैरे काही आवश्यक नाहीये. पण ह्या निमित्ताने काही मुद्दे मला जे परत अधोरेखित करावेसे वाटले आणि विशेषतः त्या इंग्रजीत बोलल्या तर मला असं वाटलं की एक 2-3 मुद्दे ह्या निमित्ताने परत आपल्या समोर मांडावे. त्यांच्या संपूर्ण व्याख्यानामध्ये अर्थात विषय खूपच असा मोठा व्यापक आहे आणि इतका मोठा अनुभव पण त्यांनी इतक्या कमी वेळात आपल्याला त्यातले आपण ज्याला हायलाइट्स म्हणूया अशा पद्धतीने आपल्या समोर मांडले. त्यात मला जे वाटलं की 2 आकडे त्याच्यातून जे समोर त्यांनी आपल्या मांडले की त्या 2016 मध्ये जेव्हा आरोग्यमंत्री झाल्या तेव्हा बालमृत्यूचा दर जो काही 12,000 मध्ये जो आपण कमीच समजतो एका अर्थाने तो त्यांनी 5.4 पर्यंत कमी आणला. आणि दुसरं की माता मृत्यूचा दर जो ऑलरेडी युनायटेड नेशन्स म्हणते की 70 असावा तो आज 43 आणि त्या म्हणतात की त्याची घोषणा सुद्धा होणार आहे की 30 पर्यंत तो कमी होईल. तर मला असं वाटतं की कोविड बद्दल तर त्यांनी आपल्याला सांगितलंच पण एका अर्थाने हा संबंध केरळच्या मॉडेलचा एका अर्थाने मी असं समजेन की तो गाभा आहे की त्याच्यातून आपल्याला ते प्रत्यक्षात कशा पद्धतीने ते मॉडेल ऑपरेट होतंय हे दिसतंय. कोविड बद्दल खूप स्तुती झाली केरळाच्या सगळ्या काय म्हणूया रिस्पॉन्स बद्दल कोविड बद्दल आणि त्याच्यात मला असं वाटतं की ती स्तुती झाली त्याचं पण त्यांनी कारण त्यांच्या भाषणामध्ये सांगितलं आणि ते मला खूप भावलं. ते असं म्हणाले की आज आपण 75 वर्षाचं स्वातंत्र्य आपण साजरं करतोय कशा पद्धतीने हे अर्थात आपल्या सगळ्यांना खूप आहे एका पातळीवर. पण त्या असं म्हणाल्या की ह्या सगळ्या केरळची स्तुती होतीये कारण 75 वर्षानंतर बाकी राज्यांची परिस्थिती काय आहे म्हणजे तुलनेने त्या असं म्हणाल्या की केरळची स्तुती होती. आणि मला असं वाटतं की एका अर्थाने म्हणजे त्यांनी हे मान्य केलं की आपण काय पूर्ण काय जे आपलं उद्दिष्ट आहे किंवा आपल्याला जे काय हवंय ते पूर्णतः आपण साध्य करू शकलेलो नाहीये पण आम्ही त्या दिशेने एक वाटचाल करायचा प्रयत्न करतो आणि ती वाटचाल करण्यामध्ये आमची प्रेरणा काय आहे हे मला असं वाटतं खूप महत्वाचं आहे. आणि ती जी प्रेरणा त्यांनी सांगितली आणि त्या असं म्हणाल्या शेवटी सुद्धा आणि भाषणातल्या वेगवेगळ्या टप्प्यावर की आमचं उद्दिष्ट हे लोक आहे गरीब लोक आहे आणि गरीब सर्वसामान्य लोकांचे प्रश्न सोडवणं हे जर का आमचं उद्दिष्ट असेल तर मग जे काय साध्य करायचं असेल ते आम्ही साध्य करू शकतो आणि आम्ही कोविडच्या निमित्ताने ते काही प्रमाणात करून दाखवलं हे मला असं वाटतं की खूप खूप महत्वाचं आहे. आणि ही प्रेरणा कुठून येते हे पण त्यांनी अगदी स्पष्ट सांगितलं. त्या म्हणाल्या की मी कम्युनिस्ट पक्षाची कार्यकर्ती आहे. त्यांनी संपूर्ण अगदी थोडक्यामध्ये केरळमध्ये कम्युनिस्ट पक्षाचा इतिहास हा कसा जमीनदारीच्या विरोधात लढ्यातून उभा राहिलेला तिथल्या जाती व्यवस्थेच्या विरोधात जो लढा झाला त्याचा सगळा त्याचा उगम ह्या सगळ्या प्रेरणेचा त्याच्यात आहे. आणि आमची जी डावी विचारसरणी आहे लेफ्ट आयडिओलॉजी हा शब्द त्यांनी वारंवार जो त्याचा उपयोग केला की ह्या लेफ्ट आयडिओलॉजीच्या प्रेरणेने आम्ही हे करू शकलो आम्ही हे केलेलं आहे. आणि मला असं वाटतं की आपल्या दृष्टीने ते खूप महत्वाचं आहे कारण ती प्रेरणा असेल तर मग ते शक्य आहे. हा पहिला मुद्दा. दुसरं मला जे वाटतं आणि जे खूप आजच्या परिस्थितीमध्ये विशेषतः ज्या टप्प्यावर आज आपण आहोत राजकीय दृष्ट्या सुद्धा जो विज्ञानवादी दृष्टिकोन आणि त्यांनी जे त्यांच्या स्वतःच्या अनुभवातून सांगितलं की मी एक शिक्षिका आहे मी एक विज्ञानाची शिक्षिका आहे आणि म्हणून हा सगळा निपाचा प्रश्न सुद्धा पहिल्यांदा आला किंवा कोविड बद्दलचा सुद्धा आला तेव्हा आम्ही त्याच्याकडे एका विज्ञानवादी दृष्टिकोनातून बघू. म्हणजे आपल्याकडे थाळ्या बाबा सर्व काही त्याचा उपयोग करून एका शास्त्रीय पद्धतीने ज्याचा आपल्याला मुकाबला करायला पाहिजे होता आणि जो केला गेला नाही आणि त्याचे सगळे परिणाम आपण आजपर्यंत भोगतोय सर्वसामान्य लोक भोगतात. मला असं वाटतं की हा विज्ञानवादी दृष्टिकोन देखील आणि तो सुद्धा मार्क्सवादी लेनिनवादी सबंध जी विचारसरणी आहे त्याच्यामध्ये पण तो जो विज्ञानवादी दृष्टिकोन एक मी असं म्हणेन मूलभूत भाग आहे त्याचा, तो त्याच्यातून स्पष्ट होतो. आणि आपण जिथे पाहतो की आपले पंतप्रधान पुष्पक विमानापासून बाकी सगळ्या गोष्टींचा उद्घोष करत आहेत, त्या पार्श्वभूमीवर मला वाटतं ते खूप महत्वाचं. मला वाटतं की ह्या ज्या प्रेरणा आहेत, एकीकडे डावी विचारसरणी, दुसऱ्या बाजूला त्याच्यातूनच येणारा जो विज्ञानवादी दृष्टिकोन आहे, त्याच्यामुळे आरोग्याच्या प्रश्नाकडे बघण्याचा जो एक मी असं म्हणेन नियोजनबद्ध एक पद्धत त्यांनी जी अवलंबलेली आहे ती सगळीकडे दिसते. म्हणजे अगदी त्यांनी शेवटी जर सांगितलं की आज कॅन्सर सारखा आजार असेल किंवा तिथली जी प्राथमिक आरोग्य केंद्र आहेत त्यांनी जो अनुभव सांगितला, मला असं वाटतं की तो आज महाराष्ट्रात आपण ठिकठिकाणी जो पाहतोय, आज आपल्या ग्रामीण भागातले कार्यकर्ते आहेत, करोना विरोधी जन अभियानाच्या माध्यमातून जेव्हा आपण काम करत होतो सुहासते, तेव्हा सुद्धा वारंवार प्राथमिक आरोग्य केंद्रामधली जी दुरावस्था आपण पाहिलेली आहे किंवा कॉर्पोरेशन मध्ये आज आपण पाहतो की किती वाईट परिस्थिती आहे. मोठ्या मोठ्या बिल्डिंग बांधलेल्या आहेत, तिथे माणसं नाही आहेत, तिथे साधी औषधं मिळत नाहीत, प्रत्येक टेस्ट ही बाहेरून करून घ्यावी लागते. ससून सारखं हॉस्पिटल चांगलं असून देखील तिथे खूप उत्तम डॉक्टर असून देखील ती कमी पडते सगळी व्यवस्था. अशा परिस्थितीमध्ये केरळ राज्य हे खूप नियोजनबद्ध पद्धतीने त्या संपूर्ण आरोग्याचा प्रश्न काय आहे आणि तो कसा सॉल्व्ह केला पाहिजे हे पाहते. हा तिसरा मुद्दा. आणि मला वाटतं की त्याच्यामध्ये खूप महत्वाचं म्हणजे त्यांनी निपापासून कोविड पर्यंत आणि नंतर देखील की सगळा दृष्टिकोन हा एका अर्थाने लोकाभिमुख असताना जनतेचा सहभाग हा मला वाटतं त्यातला एक खूप कळीचा मुद्दा आहे. आणि तो केवळ आरोग्याबद्दल नाही आपल्याला माहिती आहे. म्हणजे विशेषतः त्यांनी कुटुंबश्रीचा जो उल्लेख केलेला आहे की कोविड मध्ये देखील कुटुंबश्रीचा ची सबंध यंत्रणा कशा पद्धतीने राबली. तिथल्या आशा वर्करचे प्रश्न काही वेगळे नाहीयेत, तिथल्या अंगणवाडी सेविकांचे प्रश्न शेवटी त्या संपूर्ण त्या राष्ट्रीय एका व्यवस्थेच्या कर्मचारी आहेत असं आपण म्हणूया. पण तरी देखील त्यांना प्रेरित करू शकलं केरळचं सरकार. काही थोडे बहुत जास्त पैसे दिले असतील, पण ती जी प्रेरणा आहे मला असं वाटतं की आपण काहीतरी लोकांसाठी केलं पाहिजे, हे मला असं वाटतं खूप महत्वाचं आहे. आणि त्यांनी जो उल्लेख केला पीपल्स प्लॅनिंगचा, मी आजही सर्वांना आवाहन करेन की थॉमस आयझॅकनी लिहिलेलं जे पुस्तक आहे, हिज बुक ऑन पीपल्स प्लॅनिंग, आय थिंक इज अ मस्ट फॉर एव्हरीबडी टू रीड. म्हणजे ती एक वर्णन नाहीये ते, म्हणजे ते एक व्यवस्थेचं वर्णन तशा अर्थाने नाहीये, ती एक संपूर्ण म्हणजे एक कथा आहे असं मी म्हणेन की ज्या पद्धतीने लोक प्रेरित होऊन अगदी ग्रामपंचायत पातळीपासून राज्य पातळीपर्यंत हे जे काही जनतेसाठी नियोजन आपण म्हणतो त्याच्यासाठी तयार झाले. आणि ते मला वाटतं मॉडेल विनीता जे म्हणाली की सरकार बदललं तरी म्हणजे सत्तेतली माणसं जी आहेत ती बदलली तरी काही गोष्टी त्या म्हणाल्या तसं बदलत असतील, पण त्या जे म्हणतायत की सरकार तुम्ही एक मूलभूत व्यवस्था ही तयार करू शकला तर मग ते बदल होत गेले तरी काही प्रमाणात तरी लोकांचं जे काही काम आहे ते सुरू राहतं. आणि म्हणून मला असं वाटतं की शेवटी ह्या सगळ्या अनुभवातून मला तरी असं वाटतं की ह्यातला खरं म्हणजे आपल्या समोर राजकीय धडा आहे की आपण असे सत्ताधारी कधी आणणार आहोत की जे शेवटी लोकांसाठी काम करणारे सत्ताधारी असतील. हे मला असं वाटतं की आपल्या समोरचं आव्हान आहे. आणि हे आत्ताच्या काळामध्ये मोदी सरकारच्या काळामध्ये अतिशय कठीण असं आव्हान आहे. मला याची कल्पना आहे. आपण महाराष्ट्रात राहतोय, जो सत्ता बदल आपण आता बघितलेला आहे त्याच्यामध्ये किती पैशाचा वापर, किती बळ, हे सगळं आपण पाहिलं. आणि खरं म्हणजे आपल्यासाठी एका लेवलला मला असं वाटतं की आपण सगळे इथे कार्यकर्ते नागरिक जे आहोत आपण आपल्यामध्ये मायुसी आहेच ना, आपल्याला वाईट वाटतंय हे जे काय सगळं घडलेलं आहे. पण कॉम्रेड शैलजांनी आपल्या समोर जी काही मांडणी केली त्याच्यातून मला असं वाटतं की तीही प्रेरणा आपल्याला मिळालेली आहे की आपण देखील काही बदल करण्यासाठी प्रयत्न केला पाहिजे. आणि म्हणून मला तरी आज ह्या कार्यक्रमातून खूप बरं वाटतंय आणि आपण पुढे जाऊ. त्या सगळ्या मॅजिक मध्ये जाता जाता माझा एक फेमिनिस्ट मुद्दा मांडून जाते की तिन्ही आरोग्यमंत्री पी.के. श्रीमती के शैलजा आणि आता वीणा जॉर्ज त्या सगळ्या महिला आहेत. थोडंसं त्यातलं मॅजिक असावं असं मी म्हणून सांगते.
Respected Dais, our honorable chief guest, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to have been asked to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. On behalf of Jan Arogya Manch Pune, Pune Collective, left and democratic activists, I extend sincere and hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Honorable K.K. Shailaja teacher, for sharing the left government's outlook and responsibilities toward public health, the expenditure on public health. We have a lot to learn from this Kerala model. Thanks, Comrade Shailaja. Comrade, you amply, clearly explained how it became possible for a financial weak state we have #1 rank in Human Development Index in our country. In an interview, when asked to her, what lessons should other states learn from Kerala during these COVID times? Comrade, you answered that time, other states are also trying very hard. We too want to learn from all other states, and this taught me a big lesson on humility. Comrade Shailaja teacher, thanks for this very important lesson of politeness. I extend a hearty vote of thanks to you personally as well. Thanks Kirantai for presiding this program and translating Comrade teacher's talk. आमच्या पक्षाचे मार्क्सवादी कम्युनिस्ट पक्षाचे जिल्हा पक्ष सेक्रेटरी कॉम्रेड गणेश दराडे कार्यक्रमामध्ये आयोजनासाठी खूप मदत केल्याबद्दल जन आरोग्य मंचच्या वतीनं त्यांचे खूप आभार. डॉक्टर किशोर खिलारे सर आमचे जन आरोग्य मंचाचे अध्यक्ष आहेतच, ते मार्गदर्शन करतात, आम्हाला लीड करतात, नेतृत्व देतात, तुमचे पण आभार. डॉक्टर ज्ञानेश्वर मोठे सुंदर सूत्रसंचालन त्यांनी केलेलं आहे आणि हा कार्यक्रम यशस्वी करण्यामध्ये मदत केली, त्यांचेही आभार. आणि या कार्यक्रमासाठी आवर्जून उपस्थित असणारे मान्यवर आरोग्य कार्यकर्ते, मित्र आणि मैत्रिणींनो, आपले सर्वांचे जन आरोग्य मंचाच्या वतीने मी मनपूर्वक आभार मानतो. आणि शेवटी या कार्यक्रमासाठी हा सुंदर हॉल वेळ संपून गेला तरी सुद्धा उपलब्ध करून दिल्याबद्दल एस एन जोशी फाउंडेशनच्या व्यवस्थापनाचे मी आभार मानतो आणि हा कार्यक्रम संपला असे जाहीर करतो. थँक्स अगेन. थँक्यू.